Well, 2018 is officially in the books, so it looks like it's time for our yearly reflection video, as well as what's to look forward to in 2019. 2018 was a little bit disappointing for me for one main reason, and that's because at the beginning of that year, I said I would make more content. And while it is technically true, whereas in 2017 I made 2 blabber videos, in 2018, it was only 2 blabber videos, which were my top 20 games of 2017 and Bubsy 2. And yes, you can also include all the flash reviews that I did for WarioWare Gold, etc., but I don't really count that, so I really wish I could have made more stuff last year. And I was thinking to myself, what's the reason that my productivity got a lot lower, especially since in 2018, I definitely wasn't streaming as much as I did the year before. And I think the main reason for that, now that I'm thinking about it, is pretty much the environment I'm in currently. I always been kind of complaining about my situation for the past couple of years since I've been moving to a lot more of a claustrophobic space, but I do think it's been affecting my creative juices more than it should. And I know, talk is cheap, so I'm actually going to show you a little bit. So yeah, over here, you see my computer and everything. Yeah, this area is fine and everything. But then you see all the boxes of stuff, which really makes me sad because I really like seeing all my game shelf displayed and clothes all over the place, more boxes, and back to me. I'm not going to do a full tour because, it's not like I'm proud of this in any way. Yeah, so that's been kind of depressing, this being in this crowd space, and I'm gonna be frank, because I don't want to sugarcoat anything. I've been just going through a lot of personal anxiety and depression. I think just been affecting me personally, and I've been actually getting a lot of treatment for that in the last few months, which has been really helping me out, so in a much better headspace than I used to be. It's not a joke, and obviously it's hard to understand depression. Even people who have depression and they try to help someone else with depression, it's never the same thing. I always recommend people to seek out help. There is no shame in that or admitting that you need help. I've done it myself. It took me a while to actually get to the point where I was actually willing to do it, but I feel so much better to do so. A big part of it I have to thank, actually, my girlfriend, Heather, for actually being a really solid rock for me. Especially for the past few months. I've been feeling much better than I did, definitely, earlier this year. And yeah, I recommend, if you ever need help in life, just reach that person that you care about and just vent. That helps immensely. And if you think you need to seek out help, don't be shy to do it. It can mean the world in that sense. Okay, enough about that stuff. I don't want to sound too enigmatic, so to say. I want to talk also in particular about what I want to do in 2019. Since now I've been editing more pieces for other content creators, because that's one of my goals, is to basically try to work as a part-time editor instead of going back to retail work, which is I don't even want to think about it again. So that's probably the reason why you haven't seen that much content from me, but I am actually prepping a bunch of stuff. First thing, I will say that one of my more fun memories of 2018 was being in a couple of collaborations. First being the Sonic Mania video I did with Dan Seibert, which was really fun to do. And the other one was with Honest Biggums, who I met in Too Many Games. I did the Sonic Lost World video with him. And the reason why I mentioned him second is because I'm actually working on my own collab with him on my channel, which is also Sonic related. The only problem is that it's just been taking me a long time to edit with a bunch of different life problems popping up and stuff like that. That video probably will come out in February, and the reason why I'm saying February, not this month, is because it's time for the yearly best-of list, which is going to be the 5th year in a row I'm doing it. And this time, it's a top 10. I'm not doing top 20. Top 20 was way too much. But then again, 2017 was a really good year. And I think that 2018, while still a pretty good year overall, I'm actually surprised looking back on how many good games we actually got. I don't think it stacks up to the caliber that was 2017. Caliber, because Soul Calibur came out in 28. Okay, that was a terrible joke, but nevertheless, that's what I'm planning to do in January. And I want to emphasize January. This will be the first time I'll make a top 10 games off list that will come out in January, not too late, which, you know, has been a goal of mine forever. But this time I'll actually do it. I just have a couple games to catch up on, and I'm pretty much done after that, so then it's the editing and writing process and all that, which shouldn't be that difficult, but hopefully it's also fun. And yeah, and besides that, like those 2 videos that I have, I'm not sure what else the future holds, but, you know, I'll come up with ideas, I'll figure something out. I definitely want to talk about some other games that are getting releases this year too. I mean, definitely want to review Kingdom Hearts 3 when that comes out. Also a big Mortal Kombat fan, so I'm looking forward to Mortal Kombat 11, maybe do some Mortal Kombat videos finally. That'll be a nice little outlet for me to finally show people how big of a Mortal Kombat fan I am, which is funny, because hey, this guy likes Pokemon and Mortal Kombat, that's like 2 different things altogether. Yeah, it's one of the things I grew up with, so you know. Speaking of Pokemon, eventually I also want to make my top 10 Pokemon of all time list. Now that there's like Gen 7 is like in the books and my opinion kind of was able to settle, I can actually make that video, which is exciting. But again, I don't want to give any release dates for any of that stuff, because it's all really in the blueprint stage at the moment, so... but I do want to make more content. I also want to stream more. Not so much Pokemon Shiny Hunts anymore, because again, there are 2 components that are important to me when it comes to streaming. One, I have to really enjoy what I'm doing, because if I'm not having fun, it translates over and people lose interest because I lost interest, and that's the last thing I want to happen. And 2, when it comes to shiny streams in general, the only reason why I was really enjoying myself is because I had people to basically interact with. Sure, getting a shiny is cool and all, but at the end of the day, it's an empty experience if I don't have other people to converse with. And I know a lot of people want me to go back to YouTube and stream, but the way how the algorithm works, it's kind of counterintuitive because it actually kind of damages my numbers in a way, so I don't want to do that anymore and just mostly focus on Twitch, which if you haven't went to my Twitch page yet, it's twitch.tv/blabber. I would highly recommend if you follow me there. Other than that, like, if I'm thinking of other stuff that I accomplished this year, I got to go to E3 for the first time, and that was freaking awesome, because I used to watch those conferences at home, so it was really cool to be there in person for once and play like stuff like Smash Ultimate before everyone. That was really sick. Too Many Games was a really great time. I actually got to host my very first panel ever, and special shout out to the Golden Bolt for helping me a lot during that panel, especially when I had all those technical issues, and I still managed to somehow pull it off. That was impressive, and yeah, I just want more accomplishments during 2019. This channel means a lot to me. It's basically how I got to meet a lot of my current friends, and I'm a very, even though like I'm very goofy when it comes to videos and maybe conversation, I'm actually a very shy person, and it's really hard for me to make friends, let alone find people who I actually have a good vibe with. But thanks to me doing this, it actually helped me open up, and I met, you know, a lot of wonderful people thanks to that. And I don't want this to be the end. I want actually this channel to grow, not just for popularity's sakes, because whatever, I'm not looking to be like the next Game Grumps or anything like that, or PewDiePie. I don't care about that. It helps me from a personal perspective. It actually makes me feel better as a person, looking that I've actually grown as an individual, and that's the most I can ask. So once again, guys, thank you very much for watching this. I'm sorry if this went long, almost like 10 minutes it looks like, but I like to blabber on and on about my life. But look forward to the top 10 games of 2018 soon, and I'll catch you all the next time. Take care.